Too many messiahs in Nigeria. Too many messiahs. Too many messiahs in Nigeria, Cable, and too many messiahs. Our brother Justice Creak, whom we all raised our voice in all part of Africa and screamed and say, "Free Justice Creak, free Justice Creak." He has become a collateral damage. A collateral damage in the war of two elephants fighting on who will be the face of Nigeria liberation. Everyone wants to lead a liberation, yet no one wants to preserve a liberation in Nigeria. Akebuland, too many messiahs in Nigeria, too many messiahs. I warned you a few months ago. I warned you that the people whose minds are divided can never maintain justice, Akebuland. They can never maintain justice, because for liberation to happen, the mind must first be liberated, because for revolution to happen, the mind must first be revolutionized. I warned you all in Nigeria that Ubuntu must be a thing. Uhuru must hold you, Webike must hold you for you to achieve anything. You didn't listen. Look at what happened in Nigeria. Look at what happened. You all went there, behaved like enemies, egocentric, pride unspoken. I warned you. I warned you. But look at it. You have made justice for Justice Creak almost impossible, because everyone wants to be a savior. Everyone wants to be the face. You all are suffering from Messiah complex. I warned you a few months ago. Watch it. Watch it. I told you that if what is happening between Showole and Very Dark Man is not being checkmated, the innocent people will suffer for it. Unfortunately, Justice Creak has become the first collateral damage. If it continues, more collateral damage will come. Watch the warning of the ancestors a few months ago. Watch it. Very Dark Man and Showole, the ancestors have something to say. Listen and pay attention, Akebla, and listen and pay attention, my people. You see, if you think that the clash between Very Dark Man and Showole only got to do with the arrest and detention of B. Lord, then you do not really understand what is happening. You are not close to wisdom. You are not the true son of Akebuland. Pay attention, let me teach you. First, I want to apologize to my non-West African family members who mostly might not relate to this that I'm about to explain to you, because these two public figures are most likely influential in West Africa and in Nigeria. Let me teach you something about it. Pay attention. In recent time, there's been a clash and a fuse between these two public figures in the Nigerian space, and I have seen a lot of things happening. Listen to the words of wisdom. It's got nothing to do with the arrest and detention of B. Lord. B. Lord only happens to be an avenue through which this tension that has piled up for a long time exploded. Yes, it will always happen. This would have always happened with or without the arrest and detention of B. Lord. It only happened to be an avenue through which it happened. Pay attention. To really understand what is happening, you must first understand that this is a clash of ideology, but not just ideology. I will reveal as I explain. To understand what is happening, you must first understand the two figures, Very Dark Man and Showole. Who is Showole? Showole happens to be a man who usually calls out corrupt politicians and criticizes government policies, especially when it does not align with public interest. But of recent, the people has refused to agree with his recent criticism. Why? Because he criticized a man whom the people saw to be a beacon of hope and a light in darkness. Because you cannot tell a man who has been in darkness for a long time and then experience light that that light is not enough to be called light. No, the people will disagree because they knew what darkness was. Because the desert teaches you more to value water than the ocean could ever will. So the people say, no, we are not on you on this one. You cannot criticize a man who brought light to us in darkness. So the people disagreed on him on this one. But who really is Showole? When some people want to make jest, they call him SUG president. That is derogatory. Who really is Showole? He is a man who has been shaped by years of protest, a man who has been shaped by structure, a man who has been shaped by the language of human right. On the other hand, who is Very Dark Man? Very Dark Man happens to be a product of digital age, a voice that was built on exposure, call-outs, and direct public accountability towards social media. He speaks for direct public accountability through social media. Different ideologies, different perspective, different way of doing things, all in one country. History has shown, not once or twice, that when you have different ideologies and different perspectives as this in one country, when they collide, it rarely stays calm. That is what you're experiencing between these two figures at this point in your country, Nigeria. Pay attention. It has happened before. Let me take you to South Africa. Apartheid regime. Nelson Mandela and Steve Biko all wanted the same thing, change in the country. But they believed in different approaches and different ideologies. Nelson Mandela believed in organized resistance and negotiation. But Steve Biko believed in psychological awakening and radical consciousness. The same goal, different method and ideology. They don't always agree. If we take it outside our beloved continent, Akebulan, and take it to our brothers in the America, during the birth of civil rights movement, Martin Luther King Jr., blessed memory, Malcolm X, blessed memory, they both stood on the same ground of justice, but they spoke with different tone. One believed in non-violence, the other believed demanding urgency by any means necessary. Different ideology, different perspective, different ways of doing things. They never agreed sometimes. But look at your country, Nigeria, and look at these two figures. You will tell yourself the truth, that what is clashing right here is not just ideology. There is ego in the room. There is ego in the room. One voice says, I have been here for a long time, from the days of Abiola. I have been here. I have paid the price. You are the new kid in the block. You should listen to me. The other voice replies and says, this is a new era. Influence has changed. I lead this new era. Pops, get used to it. And so somewhere in between, tension is born. And so public attention turns to personal attention. That is what is happening between these two figures in your country. So what happens when these things happen? The people will begin to choose side. But the people must understand and ask themselves a simple question. What happens when two powerful voices that command attention and public opinion collide and clash in a time when corruption still breathes and the system still bends against the common man? Because if you look at your country right now, attention is shifting from outward towards the system, inward towards personal conflict. Who benefits? The people or the system? The answer is the system. Because the time that should be given to calling out corrupt elements in society, that attention and energy is now being redirected against towards two voices that commands public attention. That is time wasted. It is not about picking sides. It's about asking yourself a question. Is this a clash of truth or a clash of control? You must understand that change do not care where it comes from. Change can come from the north, it can come from the south, it can come from the west, it can come from the east. But as long as change has come, history remembers those who lay down their pride and their ego to bring the change for the common people. It must be on the people and not on self. Be you the one who has been on the block since the days of Methuselah and the one who is currently controlling the new age of influence. You must understand that the people must be the focus and the attention. It must be on Ubuntu, Uhuru and Iwebike, not an individual. Not an individual. So one must never get jealous that a kid is born in this block. And a kid born in this block must not feel that he can do it alone. Ubuntu must be born. Uhuru must be born. Iwebike must be born. Because by the time we spend our energy fighting one another, the system underground does whatever they want to do. Listen to the words of wisdom. The both people must understand that the sky is too big to accommodate both the eagle and the hawk. That's why our ancestors said, let the eagle perch and let the hawk perch. The one who said the other won't perch, let its wing break, we say, Ase. Listen to the words of wisdom, my brothers in Nigeria. That was what I warned about. There is a big ego in the room. I gave you instances of where it has happened before. Because a lot of you do not consult history. You don't make research into history. When Africa wanted to unite, this was what happened. Division. Many people didn't want to support the United States of Africa because many people believed that others would take the face. Oh, Kwame Nkrumah will take the face. A lot of division happened in our continent. You are about to repeat history in your own home. The system might be corrupt in your country, but the system gave you a process to fight for justice. But you couldn't fight for justice. You denied justice. The system gave you a process to fight for him, to fight for justice. But you cannot even among yourselves maintain justice. Why? Because a people whose minds are divided can never sustain justice. You can't. Because even in your hearts of hearts, there is division. Where is the Ubuntu? Where is Uhuru? Where is the Webike? You can't. You can't even fight for one man. How do you now dream of liberating your entire country? Talk more of liberating the entire Akebulan. You can't. The ancestors say I should warn you that don't think your fame, all of you, no exception, don't think your popularity and your fame came because you are hardworking. It is the ancestors that give you a chance to change society with that which they have given you. If you blow it up with your pride and your ego in your dying bed, you will regret. You will regret. You will regret. The ancestors say I should tell you that a divided people can never conquer a united system, because the politicians are obviously more united than you in that country. Don't repeat history. Don't repeat history. Too many messiahs, yet not enough brothers. Too many messiahs, yet not enough brothers. Akeblan. Too many messiahs in Nigeria, yet not enough brothers. Unite for one single goal. Unite Nigeria. Akeblan. Tell them to unite. Tag all of them in this video. Very dark man, surely all of them. Tag them. Too many messiahs. You want to lead a revolution, yet no one wants to preserve a revolution. Don't you know that sometimes you have to play the fool for you to gain something? Now you have made that a man spend another days in prison without his family for pride and ego. Too many messiahs in the courtroom, too many messiahs on social media, too many messiahs in Nigeria, yet not enough brothers. Not enough brothers, Akebolan. Not enough brothers. Wisdom is the principal thing.